Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. This is Monday. Monday, I like to show off everything that I've worked on throughout the week. Progress, mistakes, because there's just gonna be mistakes, right? And it's okay. It's okay. One step at a time. So what if you have to knit something twice or crochet it twice? That's fine. No big deal. So I like to do this and go over all the things. And most of the time it surprises me. It's been a busy week and I'm again surprised I got anything done. I'm just going to throw that out there, right? Some weeks, life, work, things get in the way of our crafting, if you know what I mean, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's life outside of crafting. I said it. Oh, I did say it. You know what I'm getting at. So that's just what's going on. Hopefully you've had a chance at least one day over this last week to take a breath, relax, just take stock of your life and go, life is good. It is. It really is. And if it's not, it will get better. It's okay. It will get better. With that, do you want to see what I worked on? If you've been watching, you know some of the things that I've already been working on. I finished one thing this week. Only one. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I worked on a bunch. I finished one. And I started two. Yes, I did. I couldn't resist. I had to start things. Look, see, look. I filled out my little calendar thingy. Most of the days anyway. And then this part, I think that is so much fun. I put a little checkbox on the things that I've actually finished and next to the things that are new that week. And that way, the goal is to not only do the weekly, what have I got done in the week, to see, am I actually finishing things each month or am I deluding myself? I personally think I finish a lot. But when I look back on the data, maybe I don't. Maybe it's all in my head. Or maybe I'm working on larger projects, and I really am right now, and they just take more time. And I think that I'm finishing a bunch and whatever. I'm just curious. I'm a numbers geek. Way back in the day, I actually did want to be an accountant. That was one of my first classes. It's true. Shall I show you the first thing I finished? Oh yeah, it's one of my started this week. I finished my square. That's right. I am part of Jackie from Crochet ADHD, her Hip to Be Square, 2 squares a month. I know, I just joined in, but I'm not far behind. It's February. I got this. Here's my first square. Isn't that cool? There is so much texture and dimension into this thing. It is crazy. I'll have this link down below. Follow this particular designer. They are putting out 52 squares this year. And for a 1 week period, it's free. 1 week only, and download it from Ravelry. And then after that, it goes to a pay pattern. So I did get this one while it was free. I got 3 of the 6. There's 7 now, but I got 3 of the 6 at the time. And I love this. I love all the texture and the bumpy bits. And oh my gosh, it's amazing. I'm probably going to wet block it and see what the actual dimensions are at that point. Or maybe I'll just leave it bumpy. I mean, it's pretty awesome. What do you think? I mean, that's pretty cool. I like all that texture. It's a 16-inch square. Yes, it is. Using Big Twist Value yarn and size 8 needles, 16 inches. So I can do whatever I want to with this, obviously, right? I can continue and make multiple of them and put them together for blankets to donate for Camp Boggy Creek. Their size requirements are 35 to 40 inches wide and 40 to 50 inches long. So somewhere in that area, right? So these are 16 inches. Well, it is right now before being blocked. Who knows? I don't know, right? I can use any squares I choose to and maybe put those together for that. I can leave it like this and call it a dowel blanket. I can put a backing on it and say, by golly, it's a pillow. I'm not really sure. I just loved the texture and everything about this. There's a couple of them that she's made that I'm really drawn to. So we'll see how many I make and what I end up coming up with. What I really like about this is each square is its individual finished project, and I try to do 2 a month, and that's part of Jackie's Hip to Be Square. And her goal or her idea on this is you're making the size, any size you choose to, but by the end of the year, you can sew them all together and have something, right? And if I did these 16-inch blankets, I would have a good size blanket by the end of the year. So it's a fun way to look at it. So this is the only thing that I got finished, but that's okay. I mean, I was having a blast with it. I couldn't resist. I'm like, oh, I was just going to town. I thought it was going to take a little longer, but oh, I'm not going to complain, right? I got something off the needles. That's right. Reclaim those needles. So I thought that was pretty cool. And everything else is in progress. Shall I show you, let's see. I'm going to lean. Oh, here we go. I'm leaning. Oh, I lost me. Haha, I'm back. So the other thing that I started is the knitted knockers. And I am making one of the breast prosthesis for the knitted knockers. Okay, in other words, I'm making a boobie, okay? I'm knitting a boobie. It's okay. So I'm using the Broco Comfort Modern Cotton DK. That's what this is. I'm using size 4 knitting needles. I am following the pattern that they have on the Knitted Knockers website. And I'm starting at the part that's closest to the skin, right? And then going out and finishing off at the nipple area. So this right here is the part that is on the skin. And this is about a size C cup once it's done and stuffed. And as you can see, I am working here. And once I decrease enough, I'll decrease at the nipple part. So if you're not familiar with the pattern, the hole does stay. You leave the hole there. Put the stuffing in, you have like kind of like a little drawstring or whatever. You're using the tail to do that, but you're not sewing it shut solid because you're allowing whomever this is given to be able to add or subtract stuffing as their body shape dictates. So that's how that goes. But I'm working on that one, and I'm really happy with the progress. I mean, look at this. This is one of them, and it's over half done. And then you just, like I said, you stuff it and everything, and then that's really where you're going to determine the size, because once it's stuffed, you're measuring from one of the points to the flat side over here. And there are, in the pattern, there are size gauges and not diagrams, but there's size gauges that'll tell you the cup size depending on how what your measurements are. I'm going for about a size C, maybe a D at the moment. That's what I'm working on. And so far I am loving it. So hopefully I'll get a pair of these done by next week, continue on with that. But yeah, these are fun. Might as well, you know what? You're doing something, you're making something, you're going to give it to somebody that unfortunately might be in a place where they need that. And hopefully you can put a smile on their face. And who doesn't smile when they're knitting something? And especially if you're out in public. Oh, there's crochet patterns for this too, so don't feel left out. You can crochet, you can knit, you can do it however you want to. If you're in public and people ask you, hey, what are you working on? What are you knitting? What are you crocheting? They'll say it's all knitting or all crocheting. They don't get it right, but that's fine. And you just look and say, I'm making boobies. 12-year-old self, you just can't help it. You have to giggle. I mean, yeah, okay. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I never grew up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, this is true. This is true. I made these a long time ago when my kids were younger. And it was funny because I had a basket of them and I made them and everything. And I had to donate them quickly because the kids, 2 boys and a girl, they would all stuff them in their shirts and like running around the house and everything, all these various sizes, because it was a game and it was funny. I mean, you know, yeah, okay. Maybe it's just my family. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. Those are the 2 things that I started. Everything else, I'm going to put this down so I don't like lose needles and everything. Everything else. Oh, wait, I did start another project. Huh. Wow. I started 3 projects this week. Yeah. I only finished 1. I started 3. Huh, better write that one down. Want to see the other one I started? I started a car project. I did. I'm not sure. Here, look, see, here's full skein. Look at this. This is Cozy Toes. Got it Hobby Lobby. I don't think they carry it anymore. They clearanced it out and everything. I love this stuff. It's an acrylic. It's fingering weight. It's 210 yards, 50 gram balls, 93% acrylic, 7% polyester. It's got a nice little squishy texture to it. Look at this colorway. Look how cute that's going to be. Little dots and yellow and everything. So pretty. So I grabbed this. I have something in mind for my granddaughter, my youngest granddaughter. She's 14 months old. By the time I get this done, hopefully she won't be a year. And I have this, and I started a neck. You're like, that's not a neck. Well, I don't know yet, but it's something. Okay, so it's on the needles. It's on maybe 4s, maybe 3s. I don't know. I just grab things. Have you noticed that there's a little chaos in my life? It's okay. You know, little chaos isn't bad. I mean, it's not like bad chaos. It's just stuff. Okay, so when you have it on the needles like this, you're like, well, I can't really see what it is. That's what this thing's for. This is a try-on cable. We're going to try something here because I haven't checked this out either. I'll put the little try-on thing. See, you stuff that on there and see, you pull it and it's not coming off, right? Now, if you pull hard enough or what have you. But that's what it's for. It's so you can take it off, take your project off the needles, get an idea on size, what it looks like, try it on, you know, try on cable, try it on if you choose to. So right now I have 240 stitches crammed on that 16-inch cable. Okay, didn't know that now, did you? No, didn't look like it at all. You had this scrunched up thing. So, okay, look at it now, right? All right, so I have the circle or a yoke of, no, it's not for me, but I have the yoke for something that I can make. And I'm going to do a few more rounds even, and then I'll break off for the underarms, you know. So obviously you've got plenty of stretch that as far as like the little one's head and everything, it'll definitely fit over a baby's head if it fit over my head. It's not going to choke the baby, even though it looks like it's tighter, right? You know, especially when it's on the other needle, it looks tighter. So isn't that pretty? I'm not following a pattern. I started off with 80 stitches and just knit one, purl one, right? Going all the way around. And then I increased the purls in between, right? Not at a, you know, in my mind, it was an even rate. Let's put it that way. So now I'm at 240 stitches. I'll do a few rounds even, break off for the sleeves. See, right now I already started the stockinette. I'm not doing the knitting and purling anymore. I'm just doing the stockinette. So you've got that nice knit purl right around here at the yoke. I might do some short rows like I did on my adult sweater. Practicing, you know, I can have fun with that. But yeah, this is my car project. And once I break off for the sleeves, put those sleeves on just whatever, you know, the actual yarn or something like that. Be back at that knitting in the round, and it's a perfect car project. Absolutely perfect. But this is my first time pulling it off on the cables, so I could see what it looks like. So I'm really happy with it. I'm not concerned because look, that looks really, really tiny. I'm not concerned anymore since it very comfortably fit over my head. Cool. That's progress. Yeah. All right. So not sure if it's going to be a dress or just a shirt or long sleeve or short sleeve. It will be whatever it is when it grows up. Yes, that's how I look at that. But those little cables are pretty good. You can get them in a local yarn store. They're called try-on cords, or if you want the inexpensive way of doing it, look on Amazon called a barber cord. And that's what that is. And you can get a whole spool of it for like $5, $10. If you go to the knitting store, you'll get 3 or 4 lengths of it from 20 to 40 inches long and $16. So definitely a lot less expensive to get online and do that. But you do you. There you go. I've done both. Well, actually I haven't. I bought mine at the knitting store and then found out you could get them on Amazon so much cheaper. Either way, just sharing. So that's exciting. You can see why those are helpful. I thought they were a gadget, but I like them. They work really, really well. Another one I got to work on this week and I was really happy with. This is my Scarflette using the Jungle Waters colorway of the Arcane Fibers. And there's a lot of charts for this particular thing. And chart 4 gets repeated about 10 times, and then you go back to 3, 2, 1. So I finished chart 4, the first iteration of chart 4. Really happy with this. Look at this. It's gotten wider. See how much wider it's gotten? So this is where I was at last time I showed it. Right here, this one. This is my lifeline that I put in. So here I am now. So that's how much I got done. So really happy with that. Liking that pattern. And it's such an intricate lace, and I don't know how wide it's going to be. I didn't think I was going to get into the second ball. This is my first ball. But I did look at the pattern again, and it said about 500 and some odd yards. I have 2 of these, so I'm good. But really happy with that. This is one that I have to pay attention to. And, you know, don't bother me, pester me, talk to me type of a situation, because there's so much with the lace and the cables and the crossings and what have you. But I am smitten with it. I think my attitude on this one is when I sit down, if I can get one chart repeat done, then set it down. Just set it down. Don't play with it anymore. Put the lifeline in, set it down, come back to it again later. And hopefully that will keep me from making mistakes. The lifeline is very helpful, because if I were to make a mistake, because, you know, we do make mistakes. Trust me, if you've been watching me for a while, you've seen quite a few of mine. It's okay. It's, you know, just pull it out and do it again. But with the lifeline, what that is, this right here, I've got that threaded through every single live stitch all the way across. So if I did find that I made a mistake and I wasn't able to fix it, I can fix a lot of my knitting. Lace is another story. I can fix cables, but this is cables and lace, and that's a bit much. So more often than not, I've lost it. So if I were to have made a mistake and realized that there was something right here or what have you, I would pull it out all the way down to this pink thread. I would be able to put my needle back in all of those live stitches and start again. The other way that you can do that is what they call tinking back. You're just unknitting. You know, you're literally knitting backwards. You're pulling back one stitch at a time. And if you were doing that for all of those rows so you didn't lose all your stitches, you might scrap the project. I might scrap the project. So the lifelines do help. I always talk about them. I rarely use them. This project, I'm using them. It's beautiful, and I think it's going to be worth every bit of time that I am putting into this. Absolutely enjoying this immensely. There's a very nice, if you can see the border right here, it's an I-cord border that's built in. So once it's done, it's done. I'm liking how we've got the cables here and then the leaf pattern with a little bit of lace. I'm just enjoying everything about the project. So thrilled. Absolutely gorgeous. And really happy to have gotten another repeat done. The next ones are that repeat of chart 4, but as the pattern grows, you've got parts of a repeat, and they have that increase on there. So now it's going to be on 2 different pages. And since I don't have this stuff memorized, it's going to be, I'll have to be bouncing back and forth. Pretty sure it's going to annoy the living snot out of me, but I'll do it. It's gorgeous. It'll be worth it. I'm hoping that it clicks. Yeah. I'm hoping that it clicks, and then it'll be easier to work through the pattern. We'll see. We'll see. It's all right. It's worth it. Okay. You want to see something else I'm close to being done with? Yes. Look at this. Oh. Recognize that yarn? Do you see any more of the turquoise in there? Do you see any of the just solid gray? Oh no, I am on that edge piece. I am there. Let's see, did I pull out some stitches? Getting so proud of myself? Haha, probably. It's okay. It's crocheting, you're only losing 1 or 2 stitches, right? It's not like pulling out your knitting needles and like really dropping some serious stitching. It's all right. That's why I crocheted for so many years before I picked up knitting, having the kids. Yeah, see, look. You see that? See my live stitch right here? So that's exactly what I did. I got all smart alecky and lost some stitches. But again, it's not like I lost a bunch. If that was knitting, oh my gosh. Okay, so it matches what I have on. Look at this. Oh my gosh, and look at the bottom. So I have made it, just kind of tangled up, aren't I? Look at that. So it's down to that, past all the turquoise. The turquoise went a little bit lighter, and then into it where we've added that black into the thread. And it is stunning. It's, oh, look at that. Look how pretty that is. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. I like the way that the yarn moves with this. Let me see if I can stand up. And you know what's funny? I commented on, since I had 2 of these, if I wanted to finish all of both of them or just go into just the one ball and finish this one because it was getting pretty large. And now that I'm to the black on this and I see how big this is, I'm kind of regretting that I didn't continue with both balls of yarn. I think it would have been stunning. I mean, it's already stunning, right? It's just beautiful. And you can see how that goes down in the back quite a ways. It is beautiful. But as much as I was talking about maybe it being too big, now I'm kind of regretting that I'm not making it bigger. It's past my wingspan as it is. I do have this much left, which is probably just 1 or 2 more rows because it takes so much more yarn right now. I have the other cake of this. So to finish off the row, wherever I'm at, if I don't have enough, I can grab that other cake. I don't want to get too far into it because this is one of those that has those multiple strands right here. There's 4 strands like sewing thread in each one. And right now I'm working with 2 grays and 2 black. And on the outer edge, I believe it's most likely 3 blacks and 1 gray. So I don't want to get past that to where I'm going, if I need the other cake of yarn, that I'm going back less black in it. I want that to be the very edging of it. But I've got a lot done on this. I really like it. It's very pretty. And it's not your typical everyday crochet shawl. And that's what I love about it. I mean, isn't that a gorgeous, I mean, if you want to call it a prayer shawl, that is a gorgeous prayer shawl, right? I mean, just wrap up with that. That is stunning. And I don't know if I have 2 of these. I've got 1. This one's a pretty one too, right? So this is the same yarn, 623 yards. I don't know if I have 2. I've got 2 of some other colors if I chose to make another one and just go with it the whole way. Pretty neat, huh? I mean, it's fun stuff. Yes, if you have some of this, that's what I use. This is the Red Heart. It's a wrap. And this is 55% acrylic, 45% cotton, 623 yards. It's 150 grams. They term this as a fingering weight, a #1 fine. And it is a lot of fun to work with. So really enjoying that project. It is very close to being done. How cool is that? And it's a big something. It's really pretty and it's really big. I'm enjoying that. So having fun with that. Let's see. Oh, okay. What other thing? Oh, blankets. I have blankets. Oh, yes. I have been working on this, it's a Boggy Creek blanket, a blanket that will go for donation. This is a lovely feather and fan pattern done in rectangle, and it's in timeout right now. Yes, it's in timeout, but love it. Let me see, where's my beginning, and I will show you why it's in timeout. So I'm working along, and I'm just, continuing to cruise. Feather and fan is not hard, but it gets to my head sometimes. I don't know. I get cruising, and I think I know what I'm doing, and I put stitches where they shouldn't be, or I increase where I should decrease, whatever. We've all done it. So right here, all these holes that are right here, yeah, they shouldn't be there. So I had put them and increased right down there, like 4 rows away, right here, right? So that's quite a few rows. That's quite a few stitches. That's not just from here, to the marker to where I'm at right here, right? That's all mistake. That's all mistake. So I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and do a little blanket surgery. I think I'll have to just sit down, relax, get my other needles out, drop all of these stitches that are right here all the way down, not all the way to the purple, but pretty close to it, and then knit the pattern back up the way it's supposed to be. because I can't really fix that, and I don't want to pull out that much. I mean, that's a lot of knitting right there all the way around. Did I mention we're at like 400 stitches per round? So that's a whole bunch of stitches. So I think what I'm going to do is leave it in timeout for a little while. Let it think about what it's done. Yes, I'm definitely going to do that. And then go ahead and try to drop down and fix that issue, right? And if it works, wonderful, absolutely perfect. And if it doesn't, then I will be pulling out all of that many rows all the way down to here, to that purl bump. That's where I would go down to that purl bump. And I don't really want to do that. So that's why it's going to be, you know, timeout. So it would go all the way to the purl bump right here. So that's a bit. That's, you know, that's a lot going all the way around. That's where I'm at with that. So this beautiful thing is going to be on hold for a little bit until I fix that. It's okay. I will fix it. If I have to pull it out, I will pull it out. That's not my preferred method at all. And I think I need, you know, that typical be in the right frame, quiet, relax, no distractions, no kids, no grandkids, nothing like that as far as that goes. I might go ahead and, if I can, set up my area to try to film that. If I get some good takes out of it, I'll share. If not, that's fine too. But because, you know, we all need to see how to fix things, or see how it's done, or that it's not necessarily so scary, or we can come back from it, right? It's yarn. We've got this. We've got this. Oh, did we see this? Did we see this? I don't know if you've seen that. Oh yeah, that's right. You got this. I had to get it, right? I mean, come on. Don't I say that all the time? There we go. So it's there. You got this. All right. So I got that. And then I was working on my other blanket, and I got those 2 squares of that gorgeous brushed, that's a red heart. That is red heart right here. That is a brushed red heart acrylic. This is my Wool Ease right here. Wool Ease Fair Isle with a brushed acrylic, and then the Wool Ease Fair Isle. So the next thing I'm going to do is add another skein of the Wool Ease Fair Isle. So this is like 17 plus inches. I think we were 17 last time and I didn't have the square finished. So 17, 18 inches. Each square's up maybe 2 inches when blocked. So 6, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. So maybe about 18 inches. I think this is about 18 inches right now. So it has grown. I have gotten more. It is 60 inches by 18 inches. And I really like it. It's nice. My husband loves it too, which is bonus because it's his. And I already dug out of the box because I tried to put some things away. So I have my next ball of yarn, the Wool Ease, and that's what I get to add on next. So this is exciting. It is growing. It is kind of a nice stole right now. I mean, look at that. You know, so if you know, here's the gut checkpoint, right? Because it looks nice like this. It's like, oh, it's a wrap. It's perfect. And my husband doesn't like when I do that because he's like, no, woman, no. That is my blanket. You promised me. I get my blanket. He's got a point. I mean, I did tell him I'd make him a blanket. Have you noticed this year he has been extremely spoiled? He has been the recipient of a lot of knitted things. Of course, he has bought me unsolicited a lot of yarn. All right, I guess it's fair trade. Okay, we'll go with it. Yeah, so here's the blanket, and that's exciting. It is really, really moving. And let's see, I dropped his thing. So speaking of my spoiled husband, I mean, you know, if you're going to have a husband, you should spoil him. He spoils me. So I'm working on his sweater. I did take it out of timeout. It did not stay in timeout that long. I am on my 3rd skein of the Saint Knit colorway. Am I attached over here or what? Yeah, I did. I dropped my ball of yarn. I'm attached. It's falling. Oh my gosh. So I'm on my 3rd ball of the Saint Knit colorway. It does fit him. We have had the try-ons. You know, here's this try-on cable, right? So it does fit. It does look nice. I went ahead and continued on. I broke up the pooling a little bit more by working with both ends of the yarn He loves it. I love it. Perfect. What I didn't want, and the reason I was saying that on the pooling, is it looked like it was going to start spiraling, and I really didn't want it spiraling right around his belly because I didn't think he'd like that, right? So here we go. It works. I am 17 inches on this. I think at 20 inches, I will be able to add in his, isn't that cool? Look at that. That is so cool. But I'll be able to add the arms on, and we have the arms. They are almost done. The reason I say they're almost done is I did a full cake of yarn on each. Look at that. Look at that cable. Remember the cable? How beautiful that is. So I did a full ball of yarn. And see, here's my end of that one right there. And I didn't want to break into the second cake until I was ready for it, which is fine. So I will go ahead on both of these. They're at the same point, one full ball each. And how cool is that, right? So I'll measure them. Once I get 3 more inches on the body, I'll measure those, making sure that they are the length that they need to be. I believe I have to put 2, maybe 3 inches on the arms. And then it's a matter of attaching the body to the sleeves. It'll be like this. Attach so many inches, so many stitches on each side right there. And then going around all the stitches in a raglan shape and remembering to do the cable at the same time. So it's exciting. The sleeves are done. There you go. So this is a lot closer to being done. Here's 2 skeins right here of the Saint Nick colorway. This is my 3rd ball of the Saint Nick colorway. There we go. So 5 balls in. I have 8 of those. So making it, right? It's going. It's growing. It's moving. So I'm really excited. He's happy with it too. That's a lot of progress to have gotten this last week. Wasn't I on, yeah, I was just on the 2nd skein. I was on the 2nd skein, now I'm on the 3rd skein. So that's awesome. There we go. Really happy with it. He likes it. That's what matters. And I'm really pleased with it too. So got a lot of progress done with that. And then I even got, so since I filmed the last video with my Arcane sweater, I hadn't touched it. I didn't. And right before doing this one, I'm like, I want to have something. I want to have something done on it, right? So I hurried up and I put a couple more rounds on it just so I could put a charcoal stripe there. That's what I did. That's it right there. So this is that gorgeous Scandens. I'm not sure how to say it. It's free pattern on Ravelry. I'll have it linked down below. It is that gorgeous, gorgeous free pattern. Stunning. The colors I chose is the Arcane Fibre Works yarn. I am so smitten with it. I am not affiliated in any way, shape, or form. I just love the yarn. I used the charcoal for the neck and the Busy Bee for the rest of it. I have 2 skeins of the Busy Bee. I had 2 skeins of the charcoal, so I thought 4 should be plenty. This is my 1st skein of charcoal still. This is my 2nd skein of the Busy Bee. And right now, what I'm doing, besides dropping my balls of yarn on the floor, it's okay. There's a lot of yarn around here. So I'm going to stripe in kind of like a fade fashion or something that I think might look pleasing to the eye. I'm hoping, right? So I'm going to stripe the black in and start making the yellow less and less. And then it'll just finish off with all of the, I keep saying black, but all of the charcoal. And I will use the rest of that with the bumblebee color, the Busy Bee, going with the arms, and then matching whatever I do on the body with the arms. That's my goal anyway. So very, very excited about this. I am using size 4 needles throughout. Loving all of that stranded color work. Absolutely enjoyed every bit of it. What I really like about this colorway is, do you see those little darker bits? I just call them like little moody bits. That to me, in the color work up here, you've got those little darker spots and everything. It just adds such depth to the color. This is such a unique look. This isn't what you're going to get at the store. It's not anything along that line. Everything about this to me is a pop, is a wow statement, and totally thrilled. And I really, really have to work on this and finish this, because if you saw, I got the other Arcane Fiber yarns. I got Life Renewed, and that color, it just talked to me. It did. It's my husband makes fun of me. He said he thinks I go for all the drab colors. Not really, which is funny. In that one, he's like, really? Out of all those gorgeous, bright, beautiful colors that you've seen on the website, this is what you get? But he really liked purple. He liked both of them, but he really liked the purple that went with it. But on that, I just got those in the mail. I can wind it, but I'm going to wait. I can't work with it until I get this done. And we know how I am with sleeves. So I'm working really hard to try to get that body done and then immediately cast on those sleeves to where it doesn't languish. Really happy with all the progress on these large projects that would have normally gone in timeout. I'm not going to lie. My husband's sweater would have gone in timeout with the colors that I wasn't sure on how the new skeins were striping in or mixing in. I love it. It's beautiful. I don't know what I was thinking, right? But I would have thought about it for a long time before picking it up. The blanket, it would normally go in timeout for quite some time. Yes, it's in timeout at the moment. I'll get to it. I'll fix it. I'm really thrilled with, as much as I tell everyone here, one stitch counts. You've got this. It's okay. Pull out a little bit, put back in. It's just yarn. It's okay. I mean, I'm saying it for both of us because I've 100% internalized it, and things are like, oh yeah, it's a mistake. Oh well. And go on. It's okay. There are so many more things in life that we can be stressed about. This is yarn. This is our passion. It's mine anyway. I'm okay. And if I have to make something twice, like my husband's sweater, I think by the time it's done, I think I will have knit the doggone thing twice, right? It's all right. It's for a good cause. It's for my husband. It will make him smile. If you saw the last one that I made for him, his eyes light up and sparkle. He smiles all the way to the eyes. And to me, that is reward, and that is payment, and that is worth making it twice. It just is, right? Find your person, find your thing that it's worth making it twice, right? The moral of the story. So that is what I have gotten done and worked on and progressed this week. What's your favorite thing? What was your surprise? My surprise is my car project. Holy cow. It's been scrunched on that 16-inch needle. I didn't know how big it was. So that was a surprise to me. That was in real time. We both got to see it. So that was fun. I'm just tickled. I'm tickled to be able to share this and to bring this. And, believe it or not, you guys spur me on to do things, and maybe in a quicker manner than what I would have normally done, and things along that line. And I've gotten quite a few comments. So I think it's reciprocal, because I've gotten comments that I've encouraged some people to go out of their comfort zone and learn things too. And I think that's the thing that I love the most about this community, is we get to encourage each other and we get to uplift each other. And this is a happy place that we're working with yarn, and we have that shared, doesn't matter age, doesn't matter ethnicity, doesn't matter whatever. We're all talking about the same thing, and we all have that same passion. So I think it is such a common ground to bring each other together, and it is absolutely wonderful. Well, at that note, I'm going to go and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.